cover story this evening, the India-China relationship. It has mostly been tumultuous. At best, they're frenemies, friends who are rivals, whose words or actions can bring you down. So when one of them proposes a party with a third friend, tilting the balance decidedly in its own favor, how do you respond? It is complicated. China wants talks and it wants to bring Pakistan in tow. A trilateral summit. India, China, Pakistan, trilateral. Chew on it. Let me give you some background. China continues to oppose India's bid for membership to the Nuclear Suppliers Group, the NSG. China continues to shield Islamabad's terror infrastructure on global platforms. And China came this close to fighting a full-scale war with India this time last year over a border dispute, Doklam. It tested the two neighbors. Tension was at an all-time high. Back-channel talks led to a meeting, an informal summit in Wuhan, a thaw. India and China are now mending ties and looking for ways to strengthen them. Today, the Chinese envoy proposed a game-changing idea. Ambassador Lao Zhaohui he made a pitch for a trilateral summit between India, China and Pakistan to settle differences between the two countries, India and Pakistan. Ambassador Lui outlined a comprehensive framework for the future. He said that India and China should follow 5 C's to improve their relationship: communication, cooperation, contacts, coordination and control. 5 C's. Let's take them one by one. He called for more strategic communication, meetings and heart-to-heart dialogues to improve exchanges. He said that the Indian Prime Minister and Chinese President share a personal friendship and both sides should make an attempt to transmit these sentiments down to the people. The ambassador said that India and China have broad converging interests. They face common challenges in Asia and beyond, and both sides should work together. These comments come exactly a year after Doklam, the border standoff between Indian and Chinese soldiers. So far, so good. What came next, though, has set the cat among the pigeons. The Mandarin called for a trilateral summit between India, China and Pakistan. He said that leaders from these 3 countries should consider meeting on the sidelines of the SCO summit. Hear it for yourself.
Some Indian friends suggested that India and Pakistan may have some kind of trilateral cooperation on the framework of SCO. I think this is a very constructive idea. This time, on sideline in Qingdao, on sideline of SCO summit, China, Russia, and Mongolia, the leaders from 3 countries hold the trilateral summit on sideline. So why not China, Pakistan, China, India together hold another trilateral summit?
On the face of it, it seems like an attempt at outreach. But there's more to it than meets the eye. Read between the lines and you would realize that China is making a pitch to play the role of a mediator, resolving differences between India and Pakistan. Beijing wants to play big brother. The idea has been in the air for a while now. Last month, Chinese state mouthpiece, the Global Times, ran an article. It said that due to China's massive investments in the neighborhood for the Belt and Road Initiative, China now has a vested interest in resolving disputes between India and Pakistan, especially in the context of Jammu and Kashmir. Elsewhere, China has flashed its checkbook, flexed its muscle and coerced smaller players to play ball. It hasn't worked with India. Delhi has categorically refused to join the Belt and Road Initiative. China needs the Indian market, so it's trying this new trick of a trilateral meeting. Should India consider it? Absolutely not. Because Beijing cannot be an honest broker. Consider these facts. China is not a neutral party by any means in this equation. It is pumping, or it has been pumping, up to $50 billion into Pakistan through CPEC. China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. It's a project that India has vocally opposed on international forums because it disrespects India's territorial integrity. It goes through Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. China is the main supplier of arms and ammunition to Pakistan's defense forces. India is the main strategic rival of China in South Asia, and by keeping Pakistan on its side, Beijing has often needled India on issues of sanctions against terrorists like Masood Azhar and Hafiz Saeed. But in these uncertain times, China needs access to India's markets, especially after US President Donald Trump imposed aggressive tariffs on Chinese imports. The renaming of the Asia-Pacific as Indo-Pacific has added to Beijing's insecurities. It wants access to India, it wants partnership with India, and it's ready to play the Pakistan card for that.